G'day everyone, it's Justin and
Scott.
a couple of dads again from BRRRRRM Australia, and we're coming to you today from a 2018 BMW X2.
Yeah.
Now mate, the BMW X2, it's an interesting one. I'm glad we're actually been able to have a drive of it. It came out...
I've got a lot of questions more than answers straight away. Yeah,
it's a different car. It came out in March this year,
yeah.
and it's based on the BMW X1, which is their small SUV, but BMW actually termed this car a sports activity coupe. Now, sport I think is the operative word. Like when you look at this thing, first thing that comes to my mind is just how sporty it is. I mean, there's certain accents in the styling and everything like that that just really pushes the sport aspect.
Absolutely,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
the narrow window design. To me, like you jump in the car, it makes you feel like you're in a car more than an SUV, like a tall SUV. But that's, what do you think?
I might disagree with the car feel after driving it a bit.
Okay.
I still feel I'm quite elevated, right? So I still feel I'm in an SUV. I get the small windows. It's got a bit of different styling cue than other cars have. Still a little bit of roll when you go around the roundabouts and things like that and around corners. So it still feels quite SUV to me. But you are right. The sporty feel is absolutely evident from the outside. And even driving it on the inside, I think that's very evident.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting how a lot of manufacturers are really trying to plug all those little niches there. Like I mean, coming from you're a GLA owner, aren't you? Mercedes GLA. This car, I think, is a competitor to a Mercedes GLA,
yes,
and maybe
very similar
an Audi Q2 or something like that. It's like a sporty SUV type vehicle.
You have the SUV, but it's still a fairly small car, still a bit city centric, but has some capabilities and do a few little other things.
I think it's really interesting how people trying to plug those little niches wherever they possibly can, I suppose, and all credit to them. Like this is a very, I think, a very standoutish kind of car.
And that's what I would say straight away. If they're plugging that small little niche, they've done it a little bit differently, and all kudos to them, because straight away it's a very attractive car from the outside.
No, I agree with you there. Yeah. Now, mate, the one that we're in today, this is the 2-litre sDrive being front-wheel drive, which is a bit different for BMW. BMW are traditionally known for their rear-wheel drive cars, but this is a front-wheel drive version of the car. The 2-litre 4-cylinder turbo engine comes with 141 kilowatts at 5,000 to 6,000 RPM, 280 Newton meters between 1350 and 4,600 RPM. And it's a 7-speed dual clutch transmission in the car. Okay. Fuel consumption I've found over the week, it's been pretty good. The figure that they give us, an official figure, is about 6 litres per 100 Ks, and it does take, it will take 91, but it's preferred 95 octane unleaded. And it's about 1,460 kilos, this car. Now, I've got to say personally, I've had it for the week, and it feels like a BMW to drive. I was half expecting it to be a little different because of the front wheel drive aspect of it, but to be honest, no. The steering is really, really nice in this car. It's a very solid feel to it. The ride quality, I think, is really good. This particular car has the adaptive suspension on it as well, which I think that's a box you just got to tick when you get one of these. And it surprised me very, very much, this car.
So I'll pick up on that point you made around it feels like a BMW. Absolutely. From the outside, you've got little BMW logos on the wheels, on the front, on the back,
on the C-pillars. How good! That's like
a
homage to like the 60s.
Absolutely. So there's no question mark it's a BMW from the outside. But more importantly, as soon as you open the door, it's got that feeling of quality. The door's got a good weight to it. You sit inside, and while there are a few hard surfaces, they're all pretty much below eye level, so they're the ones that are more functional. And so everything else feels very much quality. And that was one of my concerns coming into this car today, is that the temptation for manufacturers at this price point and coming into this part of the market is to sort of probably aim for a bit more mass purchasing from customers, right? So you're going to build to a cheaper price point, and you don't want to dilute that whole BMW luxury feel. This car doesn't.
This has got it.
It doesn't dilute it at all. This feels like a proper BMW.
And you know what? I actually think the price that they're pitching this car at, I mean, the base X2 2 litre, 55,900 list price for one of these.
Okay, so BMW,
so that's pretty
55,
good. Yeah. But you know, you do have to. There's a few different options that this particular car's got. It's got about $8,000 worth of options. It's got the what do they call it? The leather seats. It's got the launch package, which has the sunroof, head-up display, wireless charging, navigation plus, things like that. Like I said, the adaptive suspension, a few other bits and pieces, which makes it a nicer place to be.
Yes.
So that's all right. But, you know, they have loaded this car up with a lot of good standard features, like auto tailgate, that's standard on the car.
Okay.
It's got driving assistant, which is all their safety features, like forward collision warning, lane departure warning, park distance control, front and rear,
yes,
which is good. You know what? Parking assistant is standard on this car. I think with those pillars, they are a little large, aren't they? So when you're reverse parking, it's really actually nice to know that this car's actually got automatic parking as standard on the car. So if you're not comfortable parking the car, you can just use that.
You got the sensors. You've got the big display as well with the cameras out the back and
navigation.
Stuff. So it's,
So it is.
They've covered that as an issue with all that, no problem.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So.
One of the things I always like to cover is just, in terms of performance of the car, in terms of acceleration and braking,
driving
position, steering, all of those feel as you would expect in a BMW, just spot on, right? The driving position and the seat comfort is just brilliant.
The
Heaps of adjustables,
really good.
Beautiful steering wheel. It's very direct in terms of its steering, not overly so, but just direct. Braking. Absolutely no issues stopping this car, and the engine for this one is really responsive. I like it.
Yep. Now, mate, family friendliness. You had a sit in the back before your driving position there. How did you find it?
Well, we did the normal 6 foot person test. Luckily, I'm just right on 6 foot, so we can benchmark that. I could fit in the back fine. Legs, the backs of the seats were scalloped, so there was just enough room. Headroom, I had an inch or so to spare. Side was all good as well, so there was enough room. I think width at the back, 3 adults would be too squishy. You'd get 3 kids, okay?
Yeah, I had it this
3
week
adults for a very short trip would be okay.
It's pretty good. The boot's actually pretty good too, I thought. The like I said, it's got the auto tailgate there, but the boot goes deeper too. There's a tray which lifts up, which you can put things further down the boot, which is quite nice.
Good.
So that's all right. It's got a low lip too as well, so you can load things in and out. So it's pretty good.
Yeah, very nice.
The car comes with a 3-year unlimited K warranty on the BMWs, but one really good thing I think about it is that the BMWs come with like a service package. If you want to purchase an extra service package which covers the cost of all your services between sort of 3, 4, 5 years, Ks and stuff like that, everything's up front. That's really great. It's all paid for. Then you don't have to worry about it. You take it to the BMW dealer, the car gets serviced. Bob's your uncle.
Personally, I think that's the way to go.
Yeah,
everyone should seriously consider that.
The service packages are really good, but what I'd recommend to you, if you're interested in buying a BMW, twist your salesman's arm and see if you can get it chucked in. So.
You're not going to win any friends saying that, mate. You are with our loyal watchers, That's very good.
Like,
viewers will love it.
It's a great thing to have, and I'd highly recommend it. X Factor question? What do you think?
Oh, the X Factor. I think this car, because it's got the sportiness, that's the sort of thing that's going to make me turn around and have a look at this thing when I leave it and walk away. First thing I saw in this car when we drove up I walked up to it, was the big front smile of it. It's got a big air intake at the front, which just looks terrific. This one's got some extra design cues down the side, which I think again makes it stand out. The wheels on this thing, 19-inch. I saw Pirelli rubber on it. All that stuff I want to look at when I get out of the car and walk away from it and look back. So it's awesome.
I 100% agree. I actually think I really like the styling of this car because It's not a Me Too SUV. It's not a tall thing. It's actually like with the sporty cues on it. It's quite different actually. So I really like that. So, and I found the packaging and everything this week perfect. It's been really good for me.
Yep.
So yeah, really liked it.
Great.
Anyway, just want to put a big thank you out to our friends at BMW Australia for the loan of the X2 this week. It's it's a really good car, I reckon. So, and just want to put out a big thank you to everybody for watching. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, everyone.